What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have amazing news for everyone in today's video. A lot of growth stocks had amazing days. Beyond Meat, DraftKings, NIO, Square, the ARK Fund had a great day. We also have news with Peloton in a $400 million investment. We have news with Amazon, and then we also have news with Elon Musk in Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies. We have a great video for everyone today, and at the end of today's video, we have a $2.6 million option trade that expires this Friday. So make sure you stick around for that. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. But Tom, let's get right into today's video.
Yeah, Peloton had a pretty big day today, recovering all the way back up to where they opened at, even though they fell all the way down. And CNBC reports that they're planning to invest $400 million to build its first U.S. manufacturing facility in Ohio that will break ground later this summer and hopes to be producing equipment by 2023. But overall, Peloton expects it will bring more than 2,000 jobs to the area. And the company has seen heightened demand lately with overseas shipments being delayed. So it's really making it hard for them to mainly profit because they're not able to get quite as many machines into the United States as they want to. So over the next few years, obviously, they're going to be building that factory and trying to make that production more streamlined in the US. So hopefully they'll be able to get more sales here. And it looks like their stock has really been popping off this $80 support over the past few days, all the way up around $100 right now. And man, like I said, we're right at that like 102 resistance. And I would think that with this news tomorrow, we might see a little bit of a run out of Peloton. And, they had some bad news hurt the company, and it really hurt them and went down as people got injured on their machines. But I think in the longer run, it's going to really turn around.
Yeah, that's some great news. And I think the best thing is how they're seeing that heightened demand and how they're adjusting for that demand by building this brand new facility. I think that's a great thing. And I actually like Peloton at these levels. They actually pulled back a lot from their all-time high. And I think they'll continue to do great throughout the long term. Even though, the world is reopening up, I still like them as a company. And then what's going on with this Amazon news? I heard that they are looking to make an acquisition.
Yeah, this is actually pretty big, and it's going to be the biggest deal than since when they bought Whole Foods in 2017 for 13.7 billion. But they're nearing a deal to buy MGM Studios for nearly $9 billion. And the Wall Street Journal reported this and said that the deal could be announced later this week, possibly tomorrow, per sources. So that would be pretty big. And, if we go look at Amazon right now on the 5-minute chart, they did have a decent pop back up today with a lot of tech stocks that came up, and they haven't necessarily popped too much off of this MGM news yet. So hopefully as the trading day goes on tomorrow, or when this deal gets announced, it'll actually help Amazon and maybe make them go up. But keep in mind that this is not MGM. This is not the ticker MGM for the resorts. This is going to be MGM, more of the movie company.
Yeah, so this movie company is behind like classic movies like Rocky and a lot of other great films. So that's great to see. And Amazon is just a powerhouse. They're always making new acquisitions and expanding their current businesses. I would expect this acquisition to be more for like the Amazon like Prime like movie side of things, obviously. But Amazon's a powerhouse and they're looking pretty good. They've been basically just consolidating for like the past like 6 months or so. So hopefully we see a breakout. They held that support right around 3,200 very well, but Amazon is definitely on my watch. And then Tom, what's going on with Elon? I know that he's been receiving a lot of love and hate lately with what his tweets have been doing with cryptocurrencies. So what's going on?
Yeah, today he actually helped the crypto, so maybe people will be a little positive today. But he said he went ahead and tweeted that if you'd like to help develop Doge, please submit ideas on GitHub, Dogecoin's Reddit. And that's pretty much just, you can just submit any ideas you want on that Reddit. And obviously the people are going to look into that. But it's just one of those situations where he's just, I personally think he put this tweet out just to make Doge pop, because there's been lots of people kind of getting angry with Elon, telling him to stop tweeting and stuff because he's starting to make cryptos go down. And obviously, whenever he makes cryptos go up, everyone loves him, right? But whenever he makes them go down, they hate him. But he also sent a second tweet out and said, spoke with the North American Bitcoin miners. They committed to publish current and planned renewable usage and to ask miners worldwide to also do so, potentially promising. So that's pretty good. He talked a lot about Bitcoin not being good for like renewable energy and not being good for the environment, and that kind of sent Bitcoin to the downside. And then he pretty much said that he would rather have Doge during that time. So hopefully it can kind of go up here. I know Bitcoin was flying off the news and Doge is flying off of it. And I know that we're going to have to see how the market digests this news tomorrow. But overall today, it seems pretty promising off of this initial pop.
Yeah, so I think this is pretty good news overall. Remember, Tesla still is holding their Bitcoin, and Bitcoin had a wild day today. It actually retested their lows right around like 30,000, and now they're all the way back up to 39,000. So lots of volatile movement with the cryptos today, but I think this tweet is definitely some positive news. But Tom, let's get right into our member of the day and the momentum plays. Today's member of the day is Christian. He's been in the Discord for quite some time now, and he banked off of the hybrid bot play today that we're going to cover in a couple minutes. But huge shout out, Christian. Thanks for being a great member and great job with Beyond today. But Tom, let's get right into the momentum plays for tomorrow. And with the first one, we have NIO.
Yep, and Neo had a great day given especially what a lot of the other EV stocks. I saw CCIV was down actually, but make Neo go ahead and pop above 36.50 tomorrow.
All right, and then we have Square.
SQ, go ahead and make them break up above 213. And man, this stock really ran at the end of the day. And I know a lot of people were trading it early on, and that end of day run was just awesome out of it.
All right, and with the last one, we have Beyond.
Yep, Beyond, the awesome trade today, but make them pop above 120.25 tomorrow.
Alrighty, so we are eyeing all of these plays for potential day trades tomorrow, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. But Tom, we have to showcase the Beyond trade from the bot today. So one of our bots called out Beyond 118 calls today at around 11 a.m. Eastern time. At that time, these calls were worth around $226. And then later in the day, they ran all the way up to 410. So if you want to get trades like this and follow this bot and trade with Tom and I every single day, you can click the first link in the description down below for this exact bot. So you can also get $40 off with the link down below. But let's get right into the $2.6 million options trade for tomorrow. And we are looking at the Roblox 90 strike calls that expire this Friday, May 28th. And Tom, this stock has been exploding lately. On Friday, it had an amazing day, and it had another amazing day today. It's just exploding. I'm going to say that they are shorting these calls. I think they're going to be like a covered call or something like that. I just don't see the smart money entering heavy into out of the money weekly call options on a play that's already up so much.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think that they'd be longing these either, just especially how much they're up. It's definitely running, and you would think that maybe $90 might be a psychological level in people's minds. But if it passes 90, who knows? Maybe $100 will be that level, but nobody knows because it's at all-time highs right now. And ever since they IPO'd, they were mostly just consolidating between a range of like $65 and $80. And I really like this breakout right now. But like you said, it's one of those plays where it's up so much today and over the past few days that I would think that it has to pull back eventually. That doesn't mean it's not going to break above 90 tomorrow. But personally, if I was putting $2.6 million on it, I definitely would not be longing these today, given how much they're up. And I think that's what they would be thinking, in my opinion. So hopefully we see it kind of bounce off of $90 and then maybe go back to the downside tomorrow a little bit, or maybe just go down a little bit at open. I think that would make a pretty good scalping opportunity, but that's the way I'm looking at it.
Alrighty, well, let's get right into the questions from the previous episode. And with the first question, we have B saying SPCE to $100. So SPCE had a great day today, up around 27.5%. Right now, it's sitting right around like $26, $27. $100 would be really crazy. I mean, maybe at some point in the future, but it would be one big move if it went to 100 anytime soon. But it has a lot of momentum right now. It had so much volume today, and it has like a 20% short float. So there might even be a little bit of a short squeeze with this one. And they had that good catalyst. So it's one of those stocks where when it runs up, it has the power to continue up. in my opinion, I don't love it now. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, it popped so much over the past couple days. It went from basically, you could say like $16 or $17 all the way up to highs of 20, almost $28. So it is a runner though. It's just super volatile.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It's just super volatile, and it's just one of those plays that you don't really know which way it's going to move. And on the daily, it's up so much that, man, it could keep running, or it could just tank off out of nowhere. And I think the big thing tomorrow is just going to be if it can break like $90 or not.
All right, and then we have Big saying AMC downtrend and Nvidia to the moon. So we got to cover AMC, Tom. This one was up around 13% today. It had an amazing day, and it bounced off that $12 support very well. I think the setup looks pretty good. What's our next major resistance?
Yeah, the next major resistance today definitely looks like $14. It hit off of that quite a bit in the past. I would say if it passes above 14 tomorrow, just watch out. The rocket might be fueled up and it might be ready to lift off tomorrow. If that can pass above that on the daily, it looks really good. We kind of thought it was going to keep falling down here as it double topped, or at least I did. But now today, with this kind of recovery back up, I'm looking at it to keep going, especially since it broke out of this wedge to the upside. I think it has a lot of potential and a lot of momentum behind it.
I think 1580 is also a huge level. If we go back intraday on like May 17th and May 18th, it really ran up in after hours and pre-market, but that 1580 level was huge. So in my opinion, if it breaks above that, I think there's a ton of potential with it. And then this person was also asking about Nvidia, which had an amazing day today. They're a powerhouse company, and they have news with a stock split that I believe is happening on July 20th, but they're running up. They're a powerhouse company. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, Nvidia is great. I love them. I think that they could keep going. If they break 630 tomorrow, I think it would be awesome. They're up quite a bit though. You can see they had lows last Wednesday around 538.50 in pre-market, and now they're all the way up to like 630. So almost a 100-point move over 4 trading days, which, given that the stock is $630, it's not the biggest move in the world, but man, that was almost like a 20% pop up to here, and just pretty good moves. And I know that this came with the stock split. And whenever we get news of that, it seems like that these stocks really like to run off of that split news. And I think if we break 630 tomorrow, it could be awesome. And Nvidia is one of my favorite stocks for the longer run. Personally, I wish it would go down and just go down a little bit further. Whenever it was starting to fall off, I wish I would have grabbed some shares around $500. I was really hoping it would keep going a little bit lower. We might not get another opportunity like that for a little while, but hopefully we do. And hopefully it starts to come down and make a good opportunity. But I just have a good feeling that going into this split and with these earnings and everything, we might just continue to see it pop until the actual split.
All right, and then we have Jack Tastic saying, "Hey guys, great content. What are your thoughts on RIG for the long haul? They have to do with oil drilling. It seems to be making a nice comeback, along with CCL cruise lines starting cruising right around the corner. So thank you for that awesome comment. With RIG, it's not horrible. It is a penny stock, and I normally don't trade these, but in terms of just like the sector it's in, personally, I think there is much more opportunity in sectors like solar, EVs, and even like the online sports betting. Like, I'm a really big fan of like DraftKings. I like Enphase, and I also like NIO. And then even with like AI and different like software stocks like Palantir and Square, I just think there's going to be more growth out of that sector over the next couple of years than there will be with oil drilling. And that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean that this play is bad. It's just I would rather invest in companies like Enphase, DraftKings, NIO, Palantir, and Square.
Yeah, and one other thing to keep in mind is that with the oil drillers like that, a big thing to keep in mind is that under Trump, he was obviously making the U.S. drill a lot more oil, and I believe now they're starting to cut that back, and that's just going to be a big that's going to play a big factor in some of these oil drilling companies and stuff like that. So just be a little careful with that, because obviously, like, whoever's in office at the time is going to play a pretty big role in how those drilling stations and stuff like that are going to really operate. So just keep that in mind also.
Definitely. And then CCL. So I like this play. I also like AAL, which is an airline, but I'm with you. I think CCL looks pretty good.
Yeah, CCL had some good news today where they actually said that Biden's going to allow the cruise lines to go back to Alaska now. But the big news is that they still need to allow Florida. They need to allow the cruises to go ahead and leave out of the Florida ports. I think that would be the big thing for the cruise lines. But they did pop today on that Alaskan news, and you can see on this 15-minute chart even how large of a candle there was, moving from about 2760 all the way up to around like 28.14 within that 15-minute time frame.
Alrighty, well, Tom, do you have any last minute stocks for tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was going to talk about CCL and AAL a lot. I think those are in a great sector, great opportunities right now. That setup is really good. I also really like big tech like QQQ, Apple, Microsoft. You know, you could make the argument that some of it's up quite a bit today, like the QQQ, Microsoft, and Apple specifically. But I will say that whenever these stocks get momentum behind them and they run, they really like to go. And they've been consolidating for a few weeks now at these lower levels, and they're just now starting to kind of go up. And you know, even though Apple has risen 10 points the past few trading days, they could still go up another 13 points up to 263 over the next few days. So just keep that in mind. I have a good feeling that tech is on the rebound here, and I really like the movement we're seeing out of the overall market with the SPY and the QQQ. Looks like the markets are trying to go back up and test those highs again.
Sounds great. So if you guys are looking for daily options plays, click the first link in the description down below for about $40 off. You get access to the same options trades that Tom and I take every single day and all of our bots trades. The bots have been on fire lately, so definitely check it out. And like I said, you have a $40 off coupon in the description down below. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. And last but not least, come join Tom and I live every single morning at Market Open. We on the new Stocked Up live channel. The link is in the description down below. But other than that, thanks for watching.